Hello everyone, welcome to this new live session of Customily. We are going to get started in just 2 minutes. My name is Josema, I'm Customer Success Manager at Customily, and together with Morena, we will be hosting this presentation and showing you the basics of the app. You'll be able to ask questions along the way, and we'll be answering them on the chat or at the end of the presentation. Remember that this live session is being recorded loaded to our YouTube channel, along with all past live sessions. You can watch each episode again and also find the assets in the description so you can replicate the products you see on the videos. If you're joining us for the first time, you're probably wonder what is Customily? And for that, I'm going to share my screen. Well, Customily is an app that installs in your e-commerce store and provides your shoppers with live previews of personalizable products. With Customily, your shoppers will be able to interact with options by typing texts, selecting fonts, colors, images, and even locations, as well as uploading their own pictures. Each interaction will show them live how the personalization will look on the finished product, enhancing the shopping experience and increasing your conversion rate. This example is an Etsy listing we have created, a whiskey glass with a star map, in which with Customily you can actually customize this. So you will see that you on this Etsy listing you can make your purchase, and then you will get an email from Customily giving you this link to be able to input your customization. Basically, what you will get is this, and this is what we have for customizing. Our whiskey glass with star map will have a basically a space for typing our own text, like something like that. And you see how whatever I type is going to replicate live on our preview. At the same time, I have a custom a star map as a background, and I can search a location, find that, and also find the date, just to see how things were looking on the sky at that night. So you see this, and also we have a font change as well. So you see all these options and live preview are provided by Customily on any e-commerce store. And the way this works is that Customily will load a template and an option set in the front end of your store for each product. Within the app, you will have many tools to create these templates and these options. Customily will take the personalization information from the orders you receive and create a printing file that's ready for you to take to whatever machine, service, or fulfillment you use for your products. So imagine how much time our tool is saving you if you think back to the way you used to offer personalized products, how you had to collect the shopper's data, create proofs, wait for the feedback, make corrections, and much more. All that time and effort has been reduced and automated with Customily's live preview and production files to make your work faster and easier. Now that we know that Customily is a great tool for your online store and that it will help you optimize the shopping experience of your visitors, we can start learning about the app itself. It's important that you approach it with some clear concepts about your business. I highly recommend you ask yourself some questions before starting. The first one is about the current status of your store. Will I be creating new products either for an empty new store or for a new collection in an existing store? Or will I be selling my existing products and turning them customizable? If you're working with existing products, you will use what we call Customily 1.0. With this, you will be creating templates from scratch and then linking them to your existing products, all from the app itself. The options that your shoppers will use will be created automatically, so you don't need to worry about having to code anything. This direct way of using Customily is available for all e-commerce platforms that we integrate with, and you can see them on the slide as well as any custom-coded store. Now, if you will be creating new products, more questions will pop up. Am I doing my own fulfillment, for example, with my own workshop or a local company? Or am I fulfilling with a known print-on-demand supplier? And then, do I have my own designs that will be personalized, or will I be using pre-made designs from Customily? These two questions will be the entry point to use what we call Customily 2.0. This is our latest update and will allow you to create new listings more easily, faster, and better. This option is only available for Etsy and Shopify stores. So within Customily 2.0, you will have 4 ways of creating new products. If you're working with known POD providers, you have 2 options. You can select a product from their catalog and then add an exclusive design that our illustration team has created for you. These are royalty-free designs and clip art that you can freely use and manage. Or you can select a product from the POD catalog and use our design studio to create your own designs that can be personalized. On the other hand, if you're going to fulfill on your own, you have 2 similar options. You can automate processes by creating product bases, which are the product mockups of what you want to sell and will act the same way as the POD products. Then you can add a Customily design to the product base or create your own custom design in a design studio to use over your product base. Each time you combine a product base with a design, a new template is born and linked to a new listing that Customily automatically creates in your store for you. Product bases can be from a POD catalog or your own, and designs can be from Customily's collection or your own. The result will be the same. In the case of POD products, the listing will be connected to the POD using an API key. So each time there's a purchase, Customily can automatically send the print file for fulfillment. So more time-saving advantages. So let's dive into the app and see how it works. When you access Customily for the first time, pay attention and complete the onboarding you will get, as it will help you answer many of the questions stated before. Then you can see the different sections of the app, and based on your answers, you can easily navigate through them. Here we are in the Start section, and this is the 2.0 main interface, where you can create new products, either using POD suppliers or your own product bases. And we have all these POD suppliers. You also have a quick view of your design collection and product-based collection. If you check the left menu, you can see that these 2 collections have their own sections also. In the templates section, you'll be able to create new templates and also see all the templates created automatically with the 2.0 tools. This is the core section of the app, and you can rename, clone, delete, and edit any template. In the libraries section, you'll be able to upload your personal assets and organize them for quick access and use. You can create colors, fonts, vectors, and image libraries. And this is very important to remember because Customily is an asset manager not an asset creator. Your images, designs, fonts, etc. will be created or purchased outside of the app. For example, you can create images in Canva, download them in JPG or PNG files, and then organize them in Customily's libraries for later use in templates and designs. In the store section, you can see all the products currently in your store, whether they are draft or active, and see those products linked to Customily, which templates and option sets are loading, and of course, unlink or relink any product. You can also access many settings and styles that will help you customize the front-end experience for your shoppers. The order section is a new feature and for now is only available for Shopify stores in beta version. Here you will get a register for all orders made using Customily with backup information about the personalization data selected, the preview, and the print file. You should know that in every e-commerce platform that you wish to integrate Customily with, you will see in their order dashboard all the information from Customily. Each time someone inputs data and previews and purchases, it creates a print file. And on that order in any e-commerce platform, you will see all the information that the customer input, all the images that they uploaded, and you will have links for the preview of the product mockup and the print file so you can fulfill right away. So this order section is a great backup, but you will always have everything in your e-commerce platform. So now that we have a more clear idea of how to navigate over the app, let's create a product together. We are going to create this whiskey glass star map. And as you saw, this was created on Etsy. And as we mentioned before, you can publish and create templates to connect to products on any e-commerce platform. But at the same time, the 2.0 tools are available for Etsy and Shopify. So if we are interested in using our 2.0 tools, we can go straight to our start section and think about what do we need to get started with our whiskey glass. Let's say we happen to have the glass. We have an amazing stock of glasses. We have an engraving machine, and we can print anything we want on our glasses. So if we know we're going to be focusing our store on glasses with different designs, what we can do is create a product base. Why? Because we have exclusive information about our product and we are our own fulfillments, or maybe we have a local company fulfilling this for us. So if we want to simplify processes, instead of creating multiple listings and multiple templates, we can let Customily build everything just out of a product base. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new product base that can be here on the start or going into the My Product Bases section as well. When you create a new product base, you will get access to the product base studio. And in here, you can set up a series of information that will allow Customily to build later your products. So for example, let's put a name to this. It's going to be the live session engraved whiskey glass. Long name. So this sizing we see here, this width and height, are the first inputs you need to add to your product base. Basically, what we need for information here is the print area. Any product that will have a printed outcome, either engraved or hard printed or whatever, will have a specific print area. Depending on the product, that will be bigger or smaller, but it's a given information that you as a workshop will have. In this case, we know that the printable area of this glass will be in inches, not millimeters, and will be 2 inches by 2.7. That's it. So we're going to create a new page of that size, And that would imply our print area to be of that size. So in this print area of 2 by 2.7, we're going to be able to put any designs when we create products. Right now, this is a product base. This is the basic information about the size that needs to be printed. And on a second page, we're going to be setting up the mockup. But for now, for the printing purposes, we need to establish the size of the printing area and, of course, the export format. In this case, we do have a lot of formats in vector type and image type as well. And we're going to pick EPS. Why? Basically because we are going to be engraving. And EPS file format seems to be the best. When we are all set with the size of our print area and our export format, we can click Next and jump to our second stage of the product base, which is the mockup. You will see here that we have 3 tools, and each one of these is a clear idea of what you need to input. Right now we have a print area, and basically we are going to start to set up a preview for this print area. What is a preview? It's what the customer will see. So what do we need to begin with? We need actually a product image, right? So all we're going to do is we're going to open this and upload. Let's preview this if we can. What you need to begin with is basically a mockup, clean mockup of your product. That's going to be your listing for your product image, and it's going to show like that in your preview. Of course, you're going to be adjusting your print area, so it's going to look really nice on the front end, like this. And this, probably going to make it so like that, and that. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we have as a printable area. But of course, if we are going to be designing stuff that will have a lot of content, the content will always print in a rectangle, right? Because that's the print area of our product. So if we want to keep the printing as a rectangle, but actually making sure we showcase something with the right shape to make it more realistic, what we can do is add a mask. And the mask is, you can see this, basically is the same image, but we did an extra trick that is to actually cut off as transparent the part that we need to show the design. In this case, I actually erased the entire content of the glass, but then I kept this this glow as something slightly transparent, and I saved this as a PNG. PNG files can hold transparency information. And that's very handy for creating this sort of images that will have a special effect on the end result. So if I create a mask and I upload my mask image, which is this, I will see very small, basically what I'm talking about. You see this image, this PNG has a transparency effect on the glow and has a full transparency on the center. And then we have the background, so the whiskey actually will show, but we are shaping whatever is extra about the print area. We are hiding with this mask whatever we don't want to showcase as part of the product. So that way we have everything opaque and the center is transparent. So the design can be seen, but nothing outside of the shape of the product. So to center this, we can go here to the alignment tools and go for the fit to canvas like that. And you see the edges of the print area are not showing by default. And even this is actually having like a special effect on whatever content will happen there. So this sandwich, to say this, is below you have the product image, the product mockup. The print area will be next, and then on top the mask shaping up and giving these special glows and effects. With that, you have a really interesting product base, and you can click next to save it. Before you save it, you get a chance to see how the preview will perform and how the print will perform. Even if you're seeing this you're always going to print exactly what you establish as 2 by 2.7. And it will show different here because we aren't trying to create a special effect of realism for this particular product. So let's save this. And you see, if you have multiple images, like many colors for the t-shirts or many colors for the ring or the engraving bracelet, you will always be able to upload all those images, and Customily will detect variants. If they are color variants or they are size variants, you can shape up your product in a way that it will be created on Etsy or Shopify with the exact variants and the exact images for those variants, and everything will be looking perfect. And the design will be something you will later do. So right now we don't have any variants, so we're going to just remove everything and save the product. Our product has been saved in the My Product Base collection, products on the last page, in here, right? Like that. What do we need to create a product on our store? Basically, we need a design to combine with this glass. So we're going to click on the My Design section, or go to the Start, it's the same, and create a new design. This is Customily's Design Studio. Let's go with the, let's say with the Whiskey Star Map. I'm going to create a star map. This is our design studio, and where you begin, you have a white big square as a canvas. But you can always resize this and make sure that your canvas replicates the proportions of the design you want to create. So I know that all future designs for my whiskey glasses will be of 2 by 2.7. So I can click on the resize button at the top, change to inches, go to 2 by 2.7, and now at least I have a better proportion. Later, I can create a design with a star map, a design with just text, a design with logos and clip art. I can, you can upload your own logos, for example. I can create multiple designs, and each one of those designs will combine with my product base I just created, and that combination will set up a new product in my store. So right now, let's create a design together. For that, we have text boxes, straight and curved. We have placeholders, images, and vectors. Basically, on the text boxes, your customers can type whatever text they want. They can change fonts, colors, and much more. And when it comes to placeholders, what customers can do is they can upload their own pictures or logos. Then we have street maps and star maps. Those are customization tools that we have ready to go. And then we have dynamic elements, dynamic images, and dynamic vectors. These two elements are very important because they allow you to upload your own information, your own assets, your own clip art that you created or purchased. All that can be uploaded into these dynamic elements. And as you can see for the icons, they allow for multiple files. So if you upload one file, it will be just an image or a background. But if you upload multiple files, those will become options that your customers will be able to pick and have them change right away. Today, because of the design and the example we saw, we're going to create a star map and some in a text field. So for the star map, basically, we're going to click on this tool and it will create this element. We can stretch it anywhere we want or what, but you see that this is always needs to be a sphere. So if we are out of proportion, what will happen is that some parts will be cut off. So if I click on the fit to canvas, I will see this is what I can print. There will be some empty space on top and bottom and some cutting to the edges, but that's the way we want. Now, we don't want this to be printed on a black background. We want this to be engraved, so what we can do is click on the star map behavior Check out that we have an initial location if you want to have a special sky. You can allow for constellations, Milky Way, and grid lines as well, or let customers choose on their own. We're going to have a fixed style, and instead of having all these styles together, like this is the light one, and we do have a golden, night, and so on, there's one of these that says transparent dark. That will be transparent on the rest, and we can have this to be dark or light. Because we are engraving on a glass, we're probably going to go for the light. So I'm just going to pick this. You can barely see that. That's kind of a bit confusing, but it's there, don't worry. If we click outside, we can see the tools again, and now we're going to create a text box. Now the text box can have any position, any shape. We can set this to be, wait, let's go to transform and set it to 0. We can have this to be, I don't know, 25. If we go to transform, we can be very specific about the sizing and the location of some elements. We can center this if it's not centered. And then we can close the transform and open the character and start playing around with the fonts and sizes. Now, very important, if we want customers to type in multiple lines, we need to allow for automatic multi-line, because otherwise they will keep typing and go in one single line. So I'm going to something like that. You see, right now I am able to type everything that I want, but I'm not able to see that. The reason for this is because we need to make sure that the minimum size allowed in this box is enough to fit, I don't know, 3 lines. So in here, we can go minimum size to 10, like that. 10 is pretty small. Now I'm able to fit more characters. In fact, I'm able to just jump lines if I want, like that. And I can pick this. So on the minimum size, we know that with a minimum size of 10 points, we can fit at least 3 lines and keep it working. Now the maximum, well, basically is whatever the box allows us. Right now, 42 seems to be the biggest, but we may not want this to be that big, so we can go with 25 and keep it small. That's how big it's going to look the text until you go for the end. To the end of the line, right? And when you reach the end and you start to fit more characters, it's going to start to go smaller. I'm going to type this again. In the type or try your text box, you can type whatever you want and test it out to the worst case scenarios. It's a great suggestion I can give you. Then we can play around with the fonts. Right now, we are in the first font option, and if I open this, I will see whatever font I have uploaded at least once to Customily. If you don't have any fonts, you can click on the plus and upload from your computer. Once you have a database full of fonts, you can start checking out what you need. In this case, I'm going with the Tinsel Regular, like that. That's font saved in number 1. But if I want another font choice, I can go for option number 2 and find the option number 2 and click. So I'm going to save it in position number 2. So this one is the second font, and this one is the first font. You see how they change. Finally, this text is actually black, but we know we need this to be printed in to look white on the engraving. So I'm going to pick white, and that's it. This is not showing, but it's there. Don't worry. It's just white. So now that we have a star map and we have a text box, we can open the layers and we can, for example, rename any of these as we want to. Instead of text 2, it says type your message, like that. Enter. Double click and then enter. So Even if it's all white, we understand what we're doing. We just did that in black. We turned that into white at the end. So when I click done and I click save design, one thing that will happen is Customily will save this design, have it ready to go for any product, and more important, it's going to give us the options. This is the last page of my design collection. And when I go here to Whiskey Star Map and I see the edit options, I can see what Customily has created for us. So I can click on the preview options and see that we now have a field area that's called enter location 1, which is going to show the sky of that location, and the date will show the sky on the date of the location. Then we have a type your message, another text box, and the fonts that are actually swatches. This is all Customily created. So if we want to change any of these, we can click on the pencil. It will open this first element. This is a star map. And instead of enter location, we may want to change this label to select location. Then we have a pick a date, and then we have the type your message, which is the text input. Great. And type your message font is not really nice. We should change this to select font. Perfect. In fact, I can keep scrolling down and see we have some other options. And we also have access to the values. So we can open in the swatch values, we can open the first one, see the picture of the thumbnail, change the name. Wait for that. And the same goes with this. Let's click to open. This is the other font called Viking, and that's it. So whenever we play around with this and we customize this to have a very interesting flow, easy for your customers to understand and to follow, we can, wait, very important. In the type your message here, this is a text input, right? But you see there's only one line, and we actually want this to be multi-line. So we have a checkbox called make it text area, and that will make this bigger and allow you to jump lines. So when we are finished, we go all the way down and we save the options set. We have now our product base. We have now our design with the options modified. We are ready to go to the start section and create a new product in our store. When I click here, I see all our print-on-demand providers right now. And if we click on product bases, I can see my collection and see what I want to sell. Let's go to the last page and find what we call the whiskey glass. Probably let's go with the live session engraved whiskey glass. That's the one we just created. So I'm going to pick this product. This is my product, so it's only going to be fulfilled by me. There are no variants. There's only one print area. So we are ready to click next in here. And one thing we can do is go to Customily Designs and find our 260 plus collection of unique designs. I could actually put this on the glass. I don't know how it's going to look, but it's going to be interesting to watch. You're free to play with that. We have a lot of categories here to find the occasion, character, or moment of the year you want to get inspired with. If not, just click back and pick from your design collection. In here, we may need to go to the last page and find the whiskey star map. This is all white because basically the star map is white and the text is white. So, but I'm going to just click here because I know it's working. When you click this, if you have more than one store in your account, you can pick which store you want to publish. In this case, I will publish on Etsy. And that's it. So now I need to wait for Customily to create the new listing on Etsy, the new template that will contemplate the print file of the star map and the preview of the star map. So it's going to take the information from the product base and it's going to put the design on the print area to create the template. And the end result is this. This is our standard mockup and product image. This is the name of the product we just created. We can pick any location here. Like that is going to change the sky, and the same goes if I go and find another type of sky. And then we have the message. It's like like that. If you see by previewing the text and showing that yes, you can keep typing on the same line, but it may go small. You're always free to just jump the line, make it bigger, like that, with the whiskey star, and it will look nicer. But having the live preview will give you the chance to make those corrections before purchasing or before actually sending off for engraving. So it saves you a lot of time. And if you want to check the fonts, all you have to do is check out this. By flipping fonts, you can see the end result. This is the previewing and revision stage, so you can see if the options are working and you can visualize how your effect will look. Right? And if you click here and you save this image, let's say as the listing number 2, okay, one thing you can do is you can click on the edit product details and you can modify, for example, the price. You can modify the title of the product, the description, and also the main product image. So instead of having that as the main product image, you can go with this one. This is just saving you time, but you can later do this on Etsy, of course. So I'm going to save this product, and I'm going to ready to publish. I mean, I could save the draft and later publish that from Etsy. But if you are certain about this, all you have to do is click publish and it will go active on the Etsy store, like that. Now Customily will open the listing so you can see the image you pick. You can also see the details, and the details will have the explanation on how Customily works on Etsy. You do the purchase, you get an email with the personalization instructions, you submit that personalization, and you and then in this case, whoever will do the fulfillment will be in charge of printing and shipping and everything. And check it out, you have this link in here that you can copy and you can paste and enter and access the customization preview. So this is just for testing. You cannot submit this. You go and submit, is going to tell you need to buy this. But you have a way of previewing the options available for this particular product on Etsy by using this link to go to the personalizer link. And in here, you can type a location. You can pick a date. And you can type a name. Right? See how they change in fonts, and that's it. Right? So I'm testing out this. If I see what I like, then I will come here and I will just add to cart and purchase. Also, you will see that on the gallery, you can put a lot of information. Many customers actually record themselves playing with the options here and see how everything goes live. And that video, they will put it on the listing here just so they understand how the process works. And aside from that, Customily will always put this image that will explain you again how the process works. On Etsy, you need to first purchase after you visualize, then you get a special link with your order. So it's going to be this link plus your order information here. And that, when you submit, will enable the fulfillment. And by that, we just created this brand new whiskey glass product. Let's open up the Q&A for this product or whatever you have seen or want to know about Customily. So the last step is selecting a product from Shopify or Etsy. That's a good question. Actually, we did this process by creating a new product because we use the 2.0 tools. When you use these free tools, you combine a design in a product base or a product with the design, you create a new listing. Now, if you were interested in creating your templates and linking them here, you see this is the page inside Customily where you can see how this product is named and how it's working. What is the template loading for this product and what is the options loading for this product. If I were to click on the X here or if I were to click on the X here, I will disconnect this product from Customily and it will be a simple listing without any customization. So basically, no, if you're going to be creating these sort of files, these templates on your own, if I click on this shortcut, I will open the template list. This is the exact template we are using for the whiskey glass. But if I take away the filter, I will see all my template list, and each one of these may or may not be connected to any product, but if such is the case, you will see that in here. You will go to the product section. Remember, we are on the store section right now here. If you go to store, it's the same as that. You see product, you see, or link product is the same. And in here, you will see all the products in my Customily 2.0 Shopify store, or I can click here and see the Customily in my Shopify store, or the official demo store will also have that here. And finally, our Etsy demo store will show this. Those with the checkbox, the check mark, are linked to Customily. If I click on this filter, I can just watch the ones linked, and whatever I open, I can see what template and options they're doing. With this information, you know this product is loading this template and options for providing customization, but you can unlink them any way you want. So there are two ways of connecting to your store, either manually with the template already created or automatically by creating a new listing straightforward. Where do we get the templates to use like you have the whiskey glass? Well, as you know, we share the assets of our live sessions in our YouTube channel on the description of the video that's going to be up today or tomorrow with this lesson. But basically, all the products we use are royalty free, not licensable. What we do is we just pick one that is very popular, trending, or common, and we grab a square image of a clean view of our of the product we want. Now, what we do next, that's just a plus. I mean, you can put your design in here. If you have just the text, you can put it the text, and that's it. You don't need to do anything else. But if you're printing around and you're like all over printing this, you may want to grab this original image and create a version with a punched hole and transparency. That's the mask. But these are all the same original image that you can grab anywhere on any free resource website, or your own pictures of your product. Nothing, I mean, this ideally should be photos of my product from my stock. And what you do later is you create another version of the image with the special effect just for the purpose of the preview. But the source of the original mockup in the case of own products, because in the case of POD, they give you the product mockup, but in your own products, the mockups will come from you, either from your photography, from your catalog, from anywhere online. Can you show how to make a template so that someone can add a name and or message to the design for an acrylic plaque in China? Okay, that's a great question. So let's do basically what we just did. But the thing is like this: if you want to add something to an acrylic shine-on plate, you're going to be working with 2.0. Why? Because basically it's easier to create a new product from China. But if you want to create a template, we can do so and actually use the same information we had for the glass. So let's do something just for the fun of this. Let's go to the design section, right? To the My Designs, and let's go to the collection, right? Let's go to My Designs. Let's find the last one we created, which is the whiskey star map, right? And let's clone it. When you make a cloned version, you make an exact copy. Oh, it's on the last page. Yeah, here. And we're going to call this the acrylic, the acrylic star map, right? So let's open this. And one thing we should know about the acrylics is like they are slightly close to 25 by 25 centimeters in the shape. So basically they are square. We can click here to resize, and probably we're going to change this to 250 or 250. Those are centimeters. And now we have a square, right? In the square, because it's better if we work with our right proportions. Remember, we have this this star map, okay, or the it went out very small. Let's jump back to the My Design just for a second. Okay, we're not going to save this, and let's see if we can change this. Okay, so let's create a new design. Just from there, let's go to the last page and remove this one. Instead of cloning, let's create a new one. So we start fresh. We are going to call this the star map acrylic. Like that. We're going to do exactly the same we did for the other design. We're going to start with a star map. That star map will be as fit to the canvas. Probably going to be changing the style to transparent gray just for now, so we see this, but we're going to change this to transparent light. We want to first create a text box that's going to be bigger and probably on top, probably on top in here. And our character definitely is going to be something else. Remember, we had the Cincel regular, and we had the second one. It was called Viking, or yeah, Viking, like that. Very small yet, but remember we can always play with the maximum size. Go faster because that one is very small. So that could be one maximum size. Minimum size cannot be 15 because 15 is basically impossible to read. So let's go with half of this, 150. That's like that. Perfect. So now we have two fonts, different sizes to keep content like testing 1, 2, 3. You see how everything is jumping, but it's not jumping because we need to enable the automatic multi-line. And now we can still keep like that and jumping like that. So our text is ready to go. What we need to do is make sure the color is white. Save. And in the case of the map, the style is the light, like that. So we have replicated pretty much what we did for the glass, but on a square element. Let's center this. Okay. And we can save our design. Let's not dwell too much on the options, but go straight to the start point. And in here, instead of picking our product base, we're going to create a new product based not on here, but on here. It's the same, like we said before, it's the same the way you combine them. It's just going to be working. So acrylic square plate. And probably going to be using the LED base. I don't know, it's going to look nicer. So I could use both, but I'm going to just go for the LED. I'm going to click next to pick my design, go and pick from our design in here and find the last page to find this one, acrylic star map. We're going to pick Etsy again. Yes, that's correct, because we can. And let Customily do the magic. Create a new listing, create a new template, create the options for that, linking everything together. And because we are using Shine-On, it's also making the connection with API key, so Shine-On can get the orders straight from Customily, never going through Etsy. You will be able to purchase on Etsy, get the customization link, submit the customization to Customily, and that will go straight to Shine-On for fulfillment. Now we have our star map, we have our text. I'm going to call this something like that, right? Changing the font, our stars, right? And this could be our new picture, this could be this, but basically this is how you can use Shine-On acrylics the same way we use the glass. It's the same process. You create a design. I didn't use the glass design basically because it was a portrait format and I wanted a square format. But the end is the same. You have a new listing, you have a new template, and it is ready to go for draft or polish. Let's edit this so they can later find this. Like, acrylic square plate, yeah. And let's save it as a draft just so we can see how it looks on the front end. We didn't publish. We go here, and this is draft, so you cannot see that on our Etsy, but you can see the customization link and play around with the customization. If you later want to check the template, remember the template is here. You click on the shortcut and you go straight to that template and you see how Customily built this. Not only you see that, but you can rename, you can edit, clone, or delete as well. On the template, you will see the print file, which has the exact dimensions of the acrylic square plate. That's for the printing. Okay, in PNG 300 is what what Shine-On supports. And if you go to the next stage, because right now you're on the production file settings, on the preview settings, step 2, what you see are the same sandwich, to say this, that is the print area, when you have this, and the product image and the mask image. Why do we have a mask? Because the mask, as you can see, a familiar type of product, of image. This background and this transparency that allows you to create a special effect. And then the product color is basically the image with a blue ink that goes like that. So let's align this to the center and top, and this one will go to the center and top like that. Yes, you can. Do we need to use the Shine-On product size for the blank canvas here? You can if you want. The thing is, you see, this is the star map. The star map was originally square, right? So it's printing within the boundaries, giving a slight space on the side. Why? Because if we go back one step, you will see that the Shine-On square acrylic is not square, is almost 30 by 27. So it's not perfectly square. We created a square design, and that's why you see that printing with the edges. Customily will always prioritize the elements and we'll try to fit the elements of your design into the print area, even if it's centered, but it's going to give an extra space. So when you're designing and creating your designs for the shine on acrylics, you can go straight and resize your canvas to this exact dimension in inches or pixels, because I think in shine on you are managing pixels. You can put those dimensions here in pixels, and that's it. You will have the exact canvas dimension of the shine on acrylic. If not, square is pretty close. It's going to be a bit hard when it comes to the round, to the dome and the heart. So for those, I recommend you having the right dimensions and also having the guide. And you can put the guide in Customily because you can upload that image really fast, right? You upload an image and you watch the guide, and that way you can put your designs in a way that they will not print outside, for example. But you can do that in Customily all the time. Oh, well, there's another. Oh, sorry, we had another question. Sorry. So we can upload Shine On Guide as dynamic. Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. Yes, you can, especially with some ornaments or some acrylics. Most print-on-demand providers will give you the template, which is a photo of the printable area, the safe area, the bleed and stuff, and that's basically a JPEG or a PNG. You upload that to Customily as a background layer. You design everything, keeping that in mind. Then you can delete that layer or hide it. I don't know. And you will know that that design is perfectly set to fit the product later when you create that in Customily. Using the guides of the PODs are really a great tool to go faster and avoid any headaches, basically. Yes, because this is a dynamic image layer. You put that image, you make sure it covers the entire canvas, and when you're finished, you hide it. There's an I button, and you just hide it. And whenever you want to change something, you can toggle that and preview that just for the sake of the arrangements, and then hide it again. Every single element hidden in the design will still be on the template, but always hidden. Thank you for that question. It was really interesting because sometimes we forget that we have those guides that are very important and very useful when working with specific products. Well, I do hope now you have things clear as to how to create this product using Customily, how to use product bases when you don't fulfill with PODs, or when you do so and having the same design or style of design is the same. And remember, we have an excellent support team available to help you during your first steps and assist you with anything you need. You can contact them via email. You can also open a live chat in the app during business hours. And you can join our Facebook communities where you can ask questions and share tips with other users of the app. I was trying to see if we have some other questions at the very end, but if not, okay, well, that's all for today. Thank you all for watching, for joining us in this new live session. We're going to see you all again on Thursday. So have a great day.